Hey y'all. So originally I wasn't gonna post this video because I uh, I went on an exploratory trip, kind of looking at a new trout spot. But you know, I figure I'd show it to you because it might be a learning experience. So a little bit of a backstory. My buddy Richard, he convinced me to go check out this new trout spot, and I was like, you know what? I'm up here. I might as well. So the trout window was until the afternoon. So I figured, okay, I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna just cover enough water, and look for the areas that I think will hold some big trout, and essentially wait for that window in that area, and just bomb big paddle tails and hope for the best. So start throwing top water in the morning, just to cover some water, and had a few small blow ups from small trout or maybe snook. Had an overslot red follow my top water for a bit, wouldn't commit though. And I would say about 10 o'clock ish, I go to an area and it's like, man, there's bait here. It's a nice muddy bottom, and it seems like all of my other spots. So I think I found the right area. So I started throwing not a top water, a paddle tail, because it's midday at this point, and got a few small trout off camera, and they were drumming. So I knew that they were sexually mature males. And finally, I want to say 30 minutes left of the window, I get the bite I'm looking for. Thumped it and ran at me, but I never came tight onto him until he was right next to the kayak. So this is the fish. Sorry for the poor camera angle. This fish completely caught me off guard, and I dropped my push pole. Just completely wasn't expecting this fish. Didn't have the net ready or anything. So this fish was pretty green considering it hit, ran next to the kayak, jumped, and I pretty much netted it after that. Sorry I didn't get the fight on film. I'm kind of exploring a new spot. Yeah, I had low expectations for this day. Came in right at 27 inches. Nice 20. I knew there would be one in here. Looked like all on the flare. So literally the next cast, had another solid hit, solid fish, and lost it. And I left this clip in to kind of show you how I work my paddle tails. Muted it here because I pretty much said the same thing that I said in the beginning of the video. But if you could see, I kind of let my paddle tail sink to the bottom and then crank it in to where it's kind of on the surface or mid-column, and then let it fall back down. A lot of times those bites will come in on the fall, and sometimes these fish are aggressive and they'll hit it when it's just being burned back. But I don't really like a steady retrieval. If I do a steady retrieval, it's really slow to where that bait's kind of staying mid-column. But after that, got a few more smaller male fish that were grunting.
That's what all the other two did. So I knew I was in the right area. See if I can't stick another one. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's a very vocal male. Good sign. We're on the right track. I think I missed the bite window for the big females.
So, again, wasn't a stellar day. Got that one nice 27-inch trout. She was a little bit skinny, but it was coming off of a moon, so that fish has definitely spawned in there. And then got a few smaller males, and I also lost another big one. So, they're in there. And pretty much once the window closed, everything got extremely slow. I think I got like one or two more trout after that, but it was a grind to get those fish, and they weren't big. So, you know, that's what I expect from a first trip in an area. But what that tells me is, hey, there's bait here to sustain a big trout population. The big trout are in the area spawning, because I got a skinny female, and there's a bunch of males in the area too. So when there's a bunch of males, they're there for one reason. They're going to spawn coming off of a moon. So it was definitely a productive trip. Didn't put up numbers, didn't catch a redfish. I know they're there because one followed my topwater. But I got to explore the area more and see if there's some bigger reds somewhere around there. Oops, excuse me. But, you know, that's for future trips. I love targeting big trout, so anytime I could find a new spot that holds them, I'm pretty excited. So we'll add that spot to the rotation, and hopefully I pull out at least a 30-inch fish by the end of this year. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. If you did, like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.